What is a teleprompter and why do I recommend financial advisors have it? Well, traditionally, teleprompters have been for newscasters, right? The script goes into the teleprompter, which reflects in front of the lens, so that when newscasters are talking, it looks like they're looking directly into the camera when really they're reading the script in front of it. And that's a great use. So if you're a financial advisor looking to start using video in your business or level up your video use, and you either need scripts for compliance or you've realized that you work better with scripts, that is a perfect use. Great reason to get a teleprompter. But another really big reason, even if you have no interest in doing videos for your business, if you don't, let's chat. But if you're in virtual client meetings all day, it gets exhausting and you wonder, where do I look? I'm looking down at the screen. Oh, I need to remember to look back up. Wait, I'm looking down. Am I actually looking in the right place? I think the lens is over there. It's too much. And so with a teleprompter, we can actually mirror what's on your screen, so that Zoom window or that Teams window, directly into the teleprompter so that you are actually making direct eye contact with your clients. So A, that saves a ton of energy. We don't even realize how draining these virtual meetings can be. It's better for your posture because you're actually looking up all the time because hopefully your camera is at eye level, and it just makes it feel a lot more natural. So today we are going to dive into setting up a teleprompter because it can be a little bit daunting. I actually haven't even opened this one. I've had a much smaller teleprompter for the last several years. So this is the Neewer X12. The link is in the description. It runs about $160 to $200. It goes on sale pretty often. So I just picked this up for $160. But again, if it saves you even a couple of days of energy so you end the day more refreshed, well worth it. All right, so let's dive into getting this set up. All right, this is actually quite fun. This comes in what looks like a cool little briefcase. So let's take this out. I feel like I'm gonna play deal or no deal here. Okay, so nice and easy. You would not want to transport this. One thing to always keep in mind with your video and virtual meeting setup is you want to create a setup that A, makes you comfortable. Again, I'm going to keep hammering home. We don't want you drained. We don't want your energy drained. We want your clients and prospects to be getting your best energy, and you and your family at the end of the day. But you also want a setup that you don't have to keep changing. You don't want to have to come and set up a tripod and teleprompters and lighting and microphones every time you record. It should be always set up and ready to go. All right, so we are ready to get this set up. I have 3 key pieces that I'm gonna be working with. We have, I showed you the main teleprompter piece. We're gonna attach this to a tripod, and then we're gonna have this, and we're gonna attach my camera to this, and I'll talk about why this is gonna be a little bit higher than just straight down below, and then we're gonna put the cover hood on it. All right, let's dive in. All right, let's do this. Let's get this teleprompter set up. I am over here on the other side of my desk using my trusty PowerDeWise lavalier microphone, little clip-on microphone. These things are great. I will link to this down in the description as well. So the main thing we're gonna wanna do, so we can see this glass comes up, because that's how we want it. We're gonna want the glass at a 45-degree angle because whatever we have in here, iPhone, iPad, other thing, is going to be reflecting in here. It's actually gonna be off to the other side, but let's go ahead and get this set up on a tripod. So a big thing to know is that for this, you are going to want a really sturdy tripod. This is actually quite heavy. So you're not gonna want a flimsy tripod. It's gonna need to be sturdy. Even if you just have a little Logitech webcam or something on it, this piece is gonna need a little bit of weight. And again, this is pure glass here, so a tripod that can handle that weight. All right, so the first thing I'm gonna do is take the camera stand. So this is what your camera, like I have a bigger professional camera here, or even a Logitech webcam. That's what this is gonna go on. And it needs to be a little bit higher in here. And really it needs to actually probably be higher than this, even though this is gonna be tilted at a 45-degree angle. If you think about it, that's gonna put this camera, especially if it's a webcam, really low. So think about it. If you have your clients reflecting into this, like you're making direct eye contact with them, they're gonna show up more in here. So you would actually be looking way above them. So it'd be like having a meeting like this the entire time, which again defeats the purpose. So in order to lift these up a little bit, I will link to a little device that you can use to add that extra lift because you really want it to be in the center of the frame. Now keep in mind, this is gonna be at a 45-degree angle, but you still want it to be right about here. If the height can be here, that's where we want it. So it's gonna need to be higher for webcams. It should work out pretty well, hopefully for my camera here. So we're gonna go ahead, it includes a little screw attachment there. So we're gonna put this on. We might need to move it, that's okay. We can adjust that later. Let's just get this placed on here, and then we're gonna go ahead and put this on the tripod. All right, so make sure you've got a sturdy tripod, and we're gonna go ahead and place this on here. So we can see this is definitely above my eye level, and we always want our cameras right at eye level. So if I'm standing up, I'm gonna go ahead and adjust this down a little bit. I probably want it a little bit more right there. So this can still move, that's all right, but we wanna make sure this is right at eye level. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and put my camera on here, and then we're gonna go ahead and attach the hood. All right, so we might need to adjust these, but we're gonna go ahead and put the hood on. So remember, a big point of this is to black out or block out, but that's why it's black, all of the outside ambiance. So we don't have anything reflecting off the glass or the lens. It's nice and crisp. All right, so this is going to be the back. This is gonna cover the camera, and then this is gonna act as a hood. So you'll see that it zips all the way around. So before attaching it, go ahead and get it all zipped, and then we're just gonna place it right over. All right, so again, with this in the back, place it right over here, and stick this over our camera. And then it has nice little sort of things so you can make it tighter. So go ahead and make it a little bit tighter around your camera, especially if you have a webcam, you're probably gonna want it to be tight in the back around it, but just make sure that no light is getting in. And then you'll see that there is Velcro on the top of the glass, on the sides of the glass, and on the bottom. But before you do that, just make sure that you do take the plastic off, especially on the inside. Okay, so we should have nice, clean, clear glass. We should have everything blocked out in the back, Velcro down and secure. We can see the tripod is secure, even as heavy as this is. This is a nice, sturdy tripod. And then we have this, which comes out, and this is where our iPad or iPhone or other tablet is gonna go. All right, so the question becomes, how do we get our monitor reflected in here? So I use an app called Duet Display. The link is in the description, and that allows me to mirror everything that is on my monitor, whichever monitor I want, I have a couple, onto the iPad that gets reflected in here. So that works out really well, even in one-to-one meetings, even though it's the same thing on my monitor and in the teleprompter. Sometimes you do need to look down to see those details. You want that bigger screen. So once you have Duet Display installed on both your tablet and your monitor, then open them on both. And there is an option to have an air display, but especially if you're gonna be in meetings all day, you don't wanna risk your tablet dying. So I always have mine plugged in. So I'm gonna plug this in, turn it on, and I'll give you a peek at what this looks like from my end. And here it is. This is exactly what it looks like if you are standing where the computer is, with the monitor here mirroring into the iPad and reflecting into the teleprompter. And we can see it doesn't take up all of the teleprompter space here, but just make sure you know where your lens is and that you're looking there. So again, we want our lens to be right in the center of this screen. Thankfully it is, because then if you have your clients, let's say in full screen on your main monitor, or perhaps on a second monitor, and have that one mirroring into your iPad, reflecting in here, it just makes for that really nice experience. And again, you can see here the benefit of having all of that black velvet behind, because if there was a bunch of light leaking through, it would actually be really hard to see here. So hopefully this helps you see the benefits of using teleprompters for financial advisors, especially for those one-on-one client meetings. And it's also great for scripting videos, having it there for presentations. So the only things we really looked at today were the Neewer Teleprompter. The link is down in the description, along with Duet Display, the software that needs to be downloaded on both your computer and your iPad or tablet. Connect those together with a cord. That way your iPad stays charged all day, and it just makes it an easier connection than wireless. And one more quick tip, if you took off the metal edges where you can attach a light or a microphone, go ahead and make sure you put those back on, because that actually is what provides that counterbalance to make sure that there isn't too much weight happening with these heavy iPads in the front. So go ahead and put that screw back in, put that attachment back in. That way that'll give you a little bit more balance and stability there. So I hope that was helpful. If it was, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.